Whether you're coaching a client or talking to a friend, have you ever wondered what to say or do when you sense or feel that the person you're speaking with is acting like or feeling like a victim of their circumstances? They're not taking responsibility for the results in their own life, so what do you say or do here? Hi, I'm Mary Morrissey, author of two best-selling books, No Less Than Greatness and Building Your Field of Dreams, which became a PBS special. I'm also the founder of Life Mastery Institute, the world's premier training and certification center for transformational life coaching. So many of us have been programmed to believe that our external circumstances, the conditions we find ourselves in, actually control the quality of life that we can have or can't have. When you have a mindset that things are just happening to you, being done to you, then what you're really saying to yourself is that you are powerless to affect your own experience and your own circumstances. Now that couldn't be further from the truth, but let me just say, almost every one of us was raised in this model. We were raised in the model that if it's sunny outside, I can be happy, and if it's pouring down rain on the picnic I wanted to plan, I'm going to be miserable. If only things out there would change, then I could feel and then I could be. But there's another way to live life, and that is where it's called moving the locus of control, or you're knowing that you get to choose who you're going to be in the circumstance you're having. That doesn't mean you don't want to change the circumstance. You may want to change the circumstance. But it's a complete shift from let me tell you what's happening to me. Oh my God, let me tell you what they did to me. Let me tell you what's happening to me, to this is going on in my life. What I'm doing with it is this. What I'd love to be able to do with it is that. Now I'm speaking from a place of power inside myself, that I'm getting to choose who I'm going to be while I'm rearranging the pieces on the board of my life or the circumstances that I'm looking at. And because here's the truth, you turn on your television, the picture that you see on the screen is an exact match to the frequency that you're tuned to. If you're seeing all kinds of problem pictures, you're tuned to CNN, constantly negative news, is one problem after another. And as long as I'm tuned to CNN, I can count on seeing more and more problems. But in the same room, there's a frequency called discovery or home and garden or romance or any other frequency I choose to get tuned to. As you're coaching a client or as you're sitting with a friend, the first thing you want to do is be compassionate to the experience they're having. Because the truth is that each one of us is far more powerful than any condition, any circumstance, any situation that we will ever find ourselves in. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, in the long run, we shape our lives and we shape ourselves. The process never ends until we die. All the choices we make are ultimately our own responsibility. Now, we can know that. It's different when we're living in tough times or we're living in circumstances that seem tough to us. And occasionally you may find that you've taken on a client who continues to live from a victim perspective or a victim mentality. And let's be clear, because we all find ourselves challenged by situations from time to time that can seem bigger than we are. And with good work, good awareness, we can find our way to the other side. I'm not really talking about when you're faced with the losing of a loved one or a very scary diagnosis. That would not be a victim circumstance. I'm talking about someone who consistently comes with a poor me attitude, that other people are the reason that they're not happy, that other circumstances, and look what's happened, and they can't be who they want to be because of what their parents did a long, long time ago. And they're not able yet to move to becoming 100% responsible for why they feel unhappy or unfulfilled, and why they seem to be almost allergic to taking responsibility for their own experiences and their own lives. So here's a few examples of someone who consistently leans into a victim attitude. My husband makes me so mad. He's responsible for my anger. I'll never be able to do what I want to do because of what my parents did to me. Now, if that were true, no one who had tough parenting would ever be able to succeed, and that's simply not true. It's not because of what the parents did. It's my perception and my belief about what my parents did that controls my ability to be free now. So you're going to help, if you're coaching, that's your wonderful opportunity to help that client just systematically bring their power to choose back inside themselves. Here's another victim mentality. I'd love to start my own business, but I can't because the economy. The economy just isn't good right now. It's just not the right time. Another one, I can't be happy because, and meaning the source of my happiness is outside myself. I can't find a relationship at my age, and besides, all the good ones are taken. Now, if you find that you have a client that you're working with who continually comes from a victim perspective, first thing you want to do is put yourself in a mind and a heart set of compassion for that client. Your client really doesn't know better. They actually believe that their outside world controls and dictates their inside world, and that results that are or not possible for them are controlled by what's outside of them. And that is a tough place for your client to be living from. So you want to have compassion for that perspective that keeps a lid on the life they could have. So once you find yourself, and this is something you cause yourself to do as a great coach, you generate compassion for your client's level of awareness. You generate compassion for your client's point of view. And 3 steps that you can guide them to begin taking so that they can have more sense of autonomy and control of their inner world while their outer world may yet not be what they want. And so they can begin taking responsibility for their ability to choose how they're going to respond, which gives them more freedom and more aliveness almost instantly. Number 1, help your client understand that they always have the power to decide how to respond in any given situation. You're driving home, if you happen to live in California where I live, and you get on the 405, it can be a parking lot. Now, I can't change that it's a parking lot, but I can change who I'm going to be in the midst of a parking lot of traffic. I'm either going to be frustrated and irritated and blaming the traffic and frustrated about not getting home when I wanted to, and I can have that life. I can create that life. Or I can say, all right, this is something I can't change, so I'm going to mentally create a monastery around me. And I'm going to put on some soothing music, and I'm just going to give myself this opportunity rather than trading this time to frustration. I'm going to invest this time in deepening my connection to the very power breathing me. I have that choice, so does your client. Number 2, help your client create a clear picture or vision of the result they would really love to create with their life. And here you say, if it all worked out for you, and let's say it's 3 years from now, tell me about your health. Tell me about your relationships. And you'll notice them collapse to conditions and you'll bring them back. But if it all worked out, what would you love? What would you love? And you help them create a vision of what they would really love. And step 3, then invite your client to do what they can from where they are with what they have. Celebrate with them when they take a baby step in this direction. Ask them that when they come to the next coaching session to share an example with you of one time when something happened that they didn't like and they wanted to move into reaction, but they hit their internal pause button and they said, there's got to be something good in this and I'm going to find it. I'm going to choose that I'm going to hold myself, that I can have a sunny life even though it's raining outside. And that they begin to exercise that power and then celebrate with them every baby step they take. Now, if you have a client who is quite used to blaming other people and their circumstances around them for why their life is not working, you may have to guide your client through these steps multiple times, these 3 steps multiple times, before their way of thinking finally begins to shift. But that's the process of coaching. And they're going to turn around and realize that their whole life has shifted because of you. Just keep guiding them through these 3 steps consistently, and you'll find that they're going to soon adopt a much more empowering mindset, a growth mindset where they absolutely can and do have the ability to generate the results that they would truly love in their lives. And as a coach, seeing your client living a fuller, freer life, there's just no greater reward in our work than this. If you've enjoyed this video, please share it. Go ahead, subscribe to on our YouTube channel, and if you haven't already done that, what's a question that you have about starting or growing your own successful life coaching business? Go ahead and share your question with me in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you real soon. Bye for now.